Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of This Week in AI. Got a bunch of stuff this week. There's a brand new Claude release, so that's fun. I've got some new stuff from Apple finally, some fun stuff from Google, Higgsfield, Meta has a new AI tool, and more. I'm just gonna dive into it. First of all, Claude came out with Claude Opus 4.8, which I am very excited about. So Claude Opus 4.7 came out after Opus 4.6, of course. And 4.7, I wasn't the hugest fan of, to be honest. I thought 4.6 was better. 4.7 messed up and hallucinated more than I would have expected, and sure, way more than I like. But 4.8 thus far is amazing. So as you can see here, it scores super good on all the comparison models, pretty much coming out on top on every single benchmark. So Opus 4.8 is great. As far as where it shines, it's extremely good at writing. It's really good at deep coding and engineering. It's really good at thinking, doing deep thinking type projects and that kind of work. It's also, from like an emotional standpoint, good at talking through like more psychological or personal or ephemeral type issues. So anyway, Claude Opus 4.8 is current king. I'm willing to crown it as of now. It's incredible. If you haven't started using it, dive in immediately. Along with Claude Opus 4.8, they announced this new thing called workflow, which is super powerful. So you do like /workflow, and then basically what happens is you fire off a workflow of parallel agents working in tandem that are all working together on the same project, but from different angles, and even like kind of arguing, going back and forth with each other to accomplish the task. And it's a very powerful tool to use within Claude. It does burn up tokens really fast, as you can imagine, because sometimes it'll literally be using like hundreds of parallel agents at the same time. It's very effective. It's super cool. I do recommend testing it out. If you're token conscious, keep an eye on that because it will burn through them. But /workflow, very cool new option in Claude Opus 4.8. So check it out. Another new piece of news from Claude, from Anthropic, the owner of Claude. They just raised $65 billion Series H. I wonder what's the biggest Series letter that any startup has ever raised. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. But it's at a $965 billion valuation. So they basically are in the $1 trillion valuation club. They will probably IPO soon, probably this fall at the latest, if not this summer. I know OpenAI is working on it super hard too. I think they're kind of in a race to see who's going to be first to the IPO to get that liquidity and just to try to be the first to the market of these new AI companies. Obviously, SpaceX will be IPOing, which has XAI built into it. It will be IPOing next week, I think. That should be a massive one. Yeah, Anthropic and OpenAI will be soon after that. But yeah, 65 new billion at an almost $1 trillion valuation. Congrats to them. Next, so Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, etc. They had this new AI subscription that they're offering. They're calling it Meta One. Get a load of these subscriptions. So they're calling it Meta One, but they have Meta One Plus for $8 a month. They also have Meta One Premium for $20 a month. They also have the Meta One Essential plan for $15 a month. And then they also have the Meta One Advanced plan for $50 a month. I'm not going to explain what all these different plans do, but basically in their AI plan, they're just giving you image generation, video generation. You can talk with it like you can with ChatGPT. To be honest, I have not used it very much. I know they have a ton of data. They're working super hard on it. They're spending a ton of money on it, and they're finally trying to monetize that and make some money back, which is why they're releasing this new Meta One AI plan. But they're definitely, the fifth horse, sixth horse in the race right now. But it'll be interesting to see if they can catch up because they're Meta, and not many companies on this planet have more data about its users than Meta does. It's probably just them and Google as far as top one and top two. Check out their new plan if you want. I think they're still keeping a free version to mess around with. But yeah, interesting new development from Meta. Okay, so Higgsfield, which I've mentioned many times on this little video series, they're an AI tool that aggregates or gives you access to all the image and all the video tools that exist. So you can use Runway in it and Google Nano Banana in it and ChatGPT images inside of it and all that kind of stuff. They kind of just always have the latest versions of all those models within one platform. That's what Higgsfield is and does. But they keep releasing cool new updates. They just announced an integration with Claude where you can connect via an MCP, which is like an API. You can connect Claude to Higgsfield, and within Claude, make stuff in Higgsfield, like images and videos, right? Automatic. They also just announced another new integration with Adobe, so you can use Premiere Pro and After Effects to do more via Higgsfield. So another powerful update from them, and they keep pushing the needle there with the new integrations and just the new tools that they're building out as well. Anyway, if you haven't checked out Higgsfield yet, I would recommend it. It's pretty awesome. Google Omni was one of the main announcements from my previous week's video from the Google I/O event, where they announced all the latest stuff stuff they're working on. So Omni is like their new video tool, and they just released a very in-depth prompting guide on how to utilize Omni in the best way possible. So I'll share that link below so you can check it out. If you want to make shorts or longer than short videos, check out Omni. It's super, super powerful. And you can see here, this is a drone video that someone made with Omni. The cool thing is all they did was they just took a screenshot from Google Maps or Google Earth and then they just drew a line. And then they said, hey, give me a drone video of a drone following this line that I just drew. And so it's like going around the buildings, as you can see and stuff. It's super, super cool. So that's just one little example of something unique and potentially very useful you could do with Google Omni. So check it out. Next, one of my friends sent me this. Pretty funny. Thank you, Mike. This is a new article where they let researchers use AI models to run a simulated society, and Claude won and had the safest society. I'm laughing already because Grok committed 180 crimes and the society went extinct within 4 days. So I thought that was hilarious. Thought I would share. You can Google the article about it or whatever to read more details about how they like structured the whole experiment, but thought that was a fun little anecdote, what happened with Grok society and Claude's being the safest. So that's lovely to see. Next, two quotes, one from Sam Altman, the head of OpenAI, and then another one from Dario, the head of Anthropic. Sam just said, a kid born today will never be smarter than AI. And then Dario recently told the Pope and the Vatican and stuff that his team keeps finding mysterious, even unsettling things inside of their AI models. So why I'm sharing this is because I don't know why these guys are sharing this. I feel like they need to stop scaring people on purpose. There's no way this is not on purpose. I don't know if this is like sort of a pseudo like marketing stunt. They're trying to say how powerful these models are. They're just not doing the best job sometimes. They need a little PR help here. I think if they do find things that are not good, that they should fix them, obviously, and sure, tell people about them. I don't think we should be kept in the dark per se, but the way they say things and the way they deliver things leaves a lot to be desired. So work a little harder on that. There's a new research study from people at BYU, Notre Dame, and Yeshiva who found that AI models ignore faith and religion in responses. The researchers identified clear and consistent biases against giving guidance about religion, conversion, faith, and all that kind of stuff. I don't like that with AI models. I don't think they should be trying to push you to one specific religion per se, obviously. I don't think they should actively be steering you away from potentially developing a better relationship with God or a creator or whatever. And most people on the planet do have a religious affiliation and a faith belief of some kind. The fact that the AI models are trying to like go against that, I just think is wrong. So it'll be interesting to see how this evolves. Something that they should definitely fix, in my opinion. According to the research, 75% of humans have a religious identity, and these AI models are not meeting that need. Now, obviously, AI cannot replace what actual scripture and prayer and stuff can replace, but I think they need to not actively dissuade that or discount that in their replies in AI chats. Thought it was worth mentioning. We'll see how this evolves over time. Okay, so Apple has been working on revamping Siri to be fully built with AI. So they partner with Google Gemini to do this. And if you have an iPhone, the little like black thing at the top, they're gonna work Siri, the AI version of Siri, into that where you can just kind of swipe down and it'll be like an AI chat right then and there that you can ask, voice or type, and then it can come down farther on your screen and like expand into the full answer. So if they pull this off, I'm actually super excited because it could be a very seamless way to interact with AI for all these like random things. Instead of having to go and open an app, you can just swipe and go right there. They're making moves. It should be done very soon. I don't know if it's going to be more in like fall when their new phones come out, or if it's going to be sort of a separate release, but the new AI Siri plus Google Gemini collaboration will be live very soon. Excited to test it out. That's all for today. Hopefully you learned some stuff. Try some of these new things. Try Claude 4.8 for sure. Test out Higgsfield, test out Google Omni, and have a great week.